All right.
All right.
All right. All right. So welcome to Black Tantrum podcast. My name is Culdaet, and I'm here with Mayman, Thomas the Great.
100 grand.
Thomas the Great, man.
Yeah.
Finally here.
Finally here
Finally
in the
here.
flesh.
And today we got some VSOP, so we
hard
sipping very
shit. That's
slow.
what we got. That's what we got. I don't drink brandy, but today I'm gonna drink it with my nephew.
Definitely, man.
Family.
Why are we
connection.
revealing it, man? We can reveal it in the middle.
Oh, you want? That's how you want to roll it out? And I beat you to the punch. Are we gonna explain why I'm here and all that to them?
All right, man. I think we're rolling right now. So,
And
hey, welcome to the show, man. It's been a long time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I got excited when I saw you filming the family members one by one. So
Everybody gonna come. I think I got Johnny next, man.
so I beat Johnny.
beat Johnny.
You asked Johnny,
beat Johnny
and then I beat him here.
You beat Johnny to it, man. You came. I think I did.
I'm closer.
Johnny gotta travel long to get here.
Too long.
But if you just joined us, this is the Black Tantrum pod. You can also call it podcast. But I think we're on episode 6 or so.
6.
Yeah, we're going pretty fast, man.
Nice.
Eventually we're gonna get a bigger spot, you know what I mean? Spread it out, have 3 or 4 or 5 people in here. But for now, that's what we got, man. We gotta keep it rolling.
Keep it nice and humble like this. I like this.
Nah, there's gonna be upgrades.
This
There's gonna be
is
some
a
sort
sweet setup. You got the lights on me and all that.
So what's up, man? What's going on? How's life, man? Let's talk about what's going on right now, man.
Okay.
What's up with the Ukraine thing? The fights that are going on
I don't
right
even
now.
know. Like, I know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't necessarily, I don't know why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my eyes, it just feels like Vladimir Putin is like, is what do you call it? Like, dick swinging contest? Like,
He's gonna come for you, man.
huh?
He's gonna come for you, man.
I mean,
You
we're not literally in Russia, so I don't have that too much fear about it. If I was in Russia talking like that, then it would be different. But the reason why I said it like that is because, when people use that term, it's like they're saying that, like, people don't like to be challenged, and your masculinity is being challenged. And it seems like Vladimir Putin is that type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you challenge him or you tell him he's small or something, like he'll just
He's going to strike. Yeah.
doesn't like to be challenged.
Yeah.
And I honestly, me personally, I feel like he has a lot of people around him that say yes to whatever he says.
Mm.
So with that, you get this like dictator who just does
what he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it just started right now. It's intense right now. Yeah, it's been yeah, oh yeah. You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
These things don't just happen,
Oh yeah. But that's just by the way. That's what's is circulating right now. So I wanted to just so the people in Ukraine, man, just be safe. I heard they fighting back and stuff like that.
I heard they're fighting back. I also heard another narrative about like they're leaving black people and Africans behind. Did you hear that part?
No.
You have not?
No.
Oh wow. So pretty much the story is like on the trains that are supposed to like be leaving town, they want women and children to go on first. But they're cutting out black people too. So like a heavy contingent of Nigerian and Ghanaian like medical students are over there, learning their craft, like being residents and stuff like that. But these are also the same people who like, you have to wait. And then Ukraine and that area, it's all cold. So they have to wait. They have to wait in the cold. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's unfortunate.
I mean, are they kicking them out?
They're not kicking them out
from their houses.
No. Everybody's trying to leave.
He's trying to leave
because like you're just chilling in your house and that shit's getting bombed randomly. So it's safer to just try and get away.
Get away from all that.
Get on the trains to get up out of there, and even to get up out of there, they're challenging people, and there's like racism riddle, like kind of wrapped in it.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
I just pray
But
for
it's
the
not-
people
but
in
it's- but
Ghana
it-
though.
but
The
it's not
people
so- it's
from
not-
Ghana, the people from Africa and Nigeria and all these places living over there. If it's
Yeah.
tough for the people there, then
It's,
you know.
it's unfortunate, but it's not surprising in a sense.
Mm.
And like you're saying, you really just pray for all the people who are not home. Like there's basketball players who from this area, Brazilian soccer players, medical students from our home country. Like it's just
Yeah, a lot of medical students. A lot of people go there, Ukraine, Cuba, to learn, especially the doctors and stuff.
yeah.
And then they go back home and it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's going on? Actually, I have a friend there.
In Ukraine right
Yeah,
now.
I have a friend
Have
there.
you checked on him?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He said he's not coming to Ghana though. Ghana is a lot harder.
Really?
Yeah, he said Ghana is hard.
I mean, I feel like that's.
Do you think Ghana is hard, viewers, listeners?
I don't know. I don't think it can be.
I don't know. I don't know if he was just playing, but I mean, it's crazy. Things are crazy in Ghana too. Gas prices are going crazy.
Yeah, in their own way. Ghana is its own type.
There's also own type of difficulty, but you're not gonna get people fighting and bombs. It would be crazy though. Like you be sitting there and then just boom, we'll be doing a podcast, boom, all things all over the place.
Right.
God damn, man. All right, man. We're praying for the people in Ukraine. We live in the same country and we live in an era where there's fights and stuff. So yeah, it's good to touch up on these things and just be safe out there, man. People in Ukraine. But
be
you know,
safe here too. Shit.
yeah, it can hit. Biden is trying some tactical, fair play.
I suppose.
But that's just by the way. But so we're gonna be talking about
An
So,
array of topics.
let's do some introduction because people don't, people watching you or people listening to you probably wouldn't know you. So do some introduction.
I'm doing introduction or you doing
introduction to you,
Oh, okay.
to yourself. Introduce yourself. What do you?
Am I revealing who I am?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, my name is Thomas the Great.
Thomas the Great.
Ghanaian American kid in Virginia. I am his uncle. So his brother, my brother is his father. I definitely fucked that up. I'm a creative of many of many sorts. Is that the right terminology? Dabble in a little bit of photography. Got my own podcast too. Of which,
Definitely,
he will be on at some point.
for sure.
A little bit of photography, a little bit of consulting, a little bit of artist management.
That's why he's sitting here. Anybody that you see here in the studio, so you can see a bunch of Macs behind us, we are all creators. So,
We always create something.
Oh yeah, definitely. So this man, you got to check him out, Thomas the Great. But we're gonna be talking about fashion because that's what he's mainly doing. And he's been dabbling with that for years. So tell me about the fashion industry. It's something that I'm trying to probably do
So
when I get money.
You want me to tell my story, or you
Tell
want,
your story, your side of.
Are we pivoting to like
Yours-
commentary?
I mean, I know you started a clothing line. So
Yeah,
so
and
tell
sto-
me,
and
tell me.
stopped and let it go.
Actually, okay. This is what I would do, because there might be some commentary. So, how did that start? Like, how do you start a clothing line? Let's say a musician or somebody or a rapper is trying to make his own clothes.
I mean, the first thing you should do is trademark it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, let me take that back. You should do your business and then trademark it, or I don't know, whatever order you want to do it.
But how hard it is to get in? How hard?
I mean, I feel like it's an ever evolving process. You know what I'm saying? Because when the shirts that you're designing when you start aren't the shirts that you're releasing 10 years later. Like most of the time, you're learning what your identity is. You're learning, you know what I'm saying? You're not learning you're exploring your creativity. So, when you start, you might be doing a t-shirt. When you finish, not even.
It'll be something else.
10 years later, you could be making cutting. So, like making sweatpants, making your own, you know, like, I don't know, what do they call those shirts? Like the Hawaiian type of shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be making dress clothes. You can go so many different directions.
But how does it start?
What do you mean, how does it start?
Like, how does
it starts in your head.
Um,
And then, I mean, honestly, like, for example, he hasn't mentioned it yet, but the name of the brand that me and my friends did was called Karma Life.
for sure.
And Karma Life, the purpose beyond the premise behind it was, well, let me stop. Let me slow down. Karma Life stood for Kicks, Arts, Rags, Music Alive. And the blog that we had for it, those were the topics that we covered. And then the Alive, all the others are self-explanatory. The Alive meant do things to make your soul live. And so that was the name of the clothing brand. There was a blog attached to it, and one of our main mottos was Unify and Rise. So I kind of took that literally and used the blog as a platform for other creatives. A blog, and then later on we had a radio show. The radio show was called Saturday Mashup. So one of our friends at the time was actually working in DC. So we started going to this this spot called Listen Vision, which is like a studio that's known on Georgia Avenue in DC. And every week I was making sure like I got a different type of unique guest. One day it could be, you know, a guy who's well, one of my favorite interviews from that time was a guy who was a cameraman for the military.
Wow.
It's called a comm cam, like it's an actual position. And that cameraman,
that's like commander cameraman. Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me. I just know the name of the position is called Comcam. And they were making a comic book about like his life, in a sense. Not his life personally, but like the life of a photographer in the military.
In the military.
I want to say
that's interesting.
I want to say the comic book was called Tilt Shift. Like tilt the camera, shift. So I was where I was going with that is that like if I meet you out on the street, well, first of all, my approach was that if I like what you're doing, I'm gonna be like, hey, PK, like, yo, I love what you're doing.
Right.
I want to write about you. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, nobody's gonna.
So, but that was some sort of side thing that was. I mean, pushing the clothes. How does it come together?
So the Unify and Rise. We live, unify, and rise.
Right.
Same as kind of the premise of lift as you climb. So as our name gets out there, those people who are surrounding us or by us, their name gets out there. So the Unify and Rise, like I said, I took it literally. So I meet people like somebody's doing events, somebody's, you know, really good with the camera or something like that. I sit them down and interview them. And, you know, just the way that the landscape is in DC, when you create, like, it's either you just started or you're in the newspaper. That middle area, there's a lot of people in it who don't really get coverage. So I felt like, okay, if I have this platform, I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
And so it was important to me to, like, hit the ground like a reporter almost.
That's what's up, man. That took off because I remember I was back home in Ghana.
Yeah.
And it was heavy looking at the pictures and all that. That's crazy, but that's what was making it bigger. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people start, let me start a clothing line. They go to a few what's the name? What's the name of that thing? Yeah, small events, and they just
vend and stuff like that.
And then that's it.
I mean, you could do that. There's not like.
I mean, that's just pushing sales, right? That's
that's just pushing sales. And for us, like, the community aspect was important to us.
Yeah,
and it was important to us to like cultivate the community. Like it's different. Like, okay, we have a community around us. It's like, okay, if this DJ is DJing, we finished the radio show, we're going to her show. You know what I'm saying? This guy is performing. We finished the radio show, we're going to his show. We might go to this local, you know, DC business.
So it was all strategic.
It was very strategic. And, you know, to a certain extent, that's how I still live my life. You know, at that particular time, I was coming to DC, but I didn't live in DC.
Mm.
And it's like I made it my business because the way DC is set up, DC is 4 quadrants, right? So, you have northwest, northeast,
Right.
southeast, southwest. But it's like people who live uptown in northwest,
Mm.
they don't really know what's going on in southeast. And vice versa. So for me, I was an outsider. I was like, okay, I'm going to study this better than those people. So like I made it my business to know, okay, this weekend, this, and this is happening. We might not make it to all of it, but we're trying to go to some of it.
Mm.
And then like
and that really propelled the whole thing, the whole brand.
And it would get us into some of those doors because, when you're throwing events and when you're doing stuff creative, you're putting it out there, but you don't necessarily know how it's received. So when someone is just like, I don't really know you, but I'm coming to support, it hits.
It just hits. Yeah, it's different. It is different.